Hey, it's Mr. Allred. We have looked at parent graphs and we have looked at their transformations, and we have done some examples, and now we're going to do some practice problems of graphing parent functions that have been adjusted. So the first one here, A, f of x equals the square root of negative x plus 3. So the first thing to do is identify what parent graph is being used, and that is the square root function, and I have its graph below. Then we want to discuss what's happening to that. So let's start with the x. So when we see the x, there's a negative applied to it, and that is inside the function or under the root. So that will reflect around the y-axis. Oops, I ran off the paper. I wasn't expecting that. And then after the square root is taken, we see a plus 3, and that will move it up 3. So basically what happens is our graph, our square root function, squirt, is rotated around the y-axis. That got a little messy there. Let's try my little arrow again. So it's rotated around the y-axis and then moved up 3. So basically the points on the right side of the graph will end up on the left, and then it will go up 3. So this center point 0, 0 will go up to 0, 3, and then the squirt will be going in the opposite direction. Okay. Not a lot going on, but make sure you're aware. Okay, the next one, B, is g of x equals negative cube root of x minus 3. So the parent function is the cube root, and I have the graph of that. So then we're going to talk about what is happening. So x minus 3, that's inside the function, so that's going to move it right 3. And then the negative in front will reflect around the x-axis. So we're going to take our whole graph, and I'll mark the center point and move it to the right 3, 1, 2, 3, which would be right about here, and then we're going to reflect it around the x-axis, so we're going to move it around here. So the top points go to the bottom points go to the top. So it'll look something like this. Okay, so two things are happening, and that's taking care of it. Alright, the next practice problem, C, is h of x equals negative 1/2 x squared and then plus 2. The parent graph of this is x squared, which is the U-shaped parabola that I have graphed. And then let's talk about what's happening to it. So after x is squared, the 1/2, that will compress vertically. The negative out front will reflect over the x-axis, and then the plus 2 will shift it up 2. So let's see what's happening to this center point. This center point will be compressed, reflected, and up 2. So that center point moves 2. Now, compress means kind of squish, which means in this case widen, and then reflect over the x-axis means it'll be upside down. So it'll be wider and upside down. We could hit those exact points if we really wanted to do some calculations. Also remember, with quadratics you have the option of doing vertex and intercepts, but this the way this is written, this makes it pretty easy to get a general graph. Alright.